Hi friends, how are you guys doing? We have a lot to talk about today. So much has happened. Really excited. We have a lot to get through today. Oh, hi, my name is Crystal. If you're new here, I go by Crystal Kyber on this YouTube channel, like Kyber crystals, like lightsabers. If you are into Star Wars, I highly suggest subscribing to my channel. I'm a brand new Star Wars YouTube channel, so we have a lot of Star Wars stuff coming your way. I would be really happy if you joined us. You guys, so much happened in probably the shortest episode of the season, so we're gonna get right into it. We're talking about Chapter 11, the Heiress. Chapter 11 picks up right where Chapter 10 leaves off. We're still en route to Trask to take the Frog Lady to meet with the Frog Man to get more information on where the other Mandalorians are. So we get a rough landing on Trask. It is so much anxiety. I feel like we keep starting off these episodes with a lot of anxiety. The most notable thing for me here is Baby Yoda looking like he's just having the time of his life while they fall through the sky. I also love the moment when we think that we're in the home clear and the Razor Crest falls in the water and the little Mon Calamari guy is just like... So we finally reunite the Frog Lady and the Frog Man, and they quickly become the Mandalorian sweetheart. I just wanted to note that in this episode specifically, I loved the set. I loved what they did to Trask. I thought that visually it looked really cool, and I thought the music was really good for this scene too. Like, the world building that Mandalorian does is... So Din ends up getting some information from a Quarren about where the other Mandalorians are, and the Quarren offers to take Din on his barge so he can show him where the other Mandalorians are. So once they're out to sea, they're bamboozled, and Baby Yoda is fed to this huge sea monster. It's called a Mammochord, and again we're just seeing Baby Yoda getting eaten alive, and again triggered. Din jumps in right after him. They close the gates on top of him, hoping that they can just collect Din's Beskar armor. So just as things are starting to get really bad, Bo-Katan comes in and saves Mando, and she's accompanied by two other Mandalorians from her squad, which is the Night Owls. Seeing Bo-Katan in real life blew my mind. I'll give you guys a quick introduction to Bo if you don't know who she is. Bo-Katan was originally introduced in Clone Wars, and we first meet her as part of Death Watch. Death Watch is a fraction of Mandalore. I definitely suggest watching Clone Wars and Rebels so you guys can get a better history and better lore of the Mandalorians. So I do want to mention that Mandalore was ruled by Duchess Satine, who is Bo-Katan's sister. So Bo leaves Death Watch once Maul takes over, and again, if you don't know, you have to watch Clone Wars because Maul becomes one of the best villains in Star Wars. He's one of my favorite characters. Seriously, watch Clone Wars. Now, the last time that we see Bo is in Rebels, and she's wielding the Darksaber to reunite Mandalore. So it's really unclear what has happened. Why is Bo still alive, and why does Moff Gideon have it? So this is where we find out that Din is part of an extremist group called Children of the Watch, and it's pretty obvious that it's the Death Watch, like he's Children of the Watch being Death Watch. Also in the first season we see one of the Mandalorian has the Death Watch symbol, so it's not confirmed, but we're all pretty certain that he is part of Death Watch. So it really does fill the gaps in on why some Mandalorians take off their helmet and why our Mandalorian doesn't, because I know that was like a huge thing when the Mandalorian first came out, was like, why doesn't he take off his helmet? That's so weird because Sabine does, and anyways, it kind of fills that gap, and it still leaves enough mystery that we're kind of like, weird. Very weird. And I love that we get to see Din be mad. This is the first time that Din has really been like, no, but like I love seeing him just get a little mad, and he just flies off. He's like, you guys aren't real Mandalorians, bye. Like, you guys showed your face, don't even talk to me, you're not Mandalorian. Bo-Katan is probably the most Mandalorian out of all of them, but I digress. Din is confronted by some fishermen that want to attack him for attacking the fisherman's brother, and then Bo-Katan and the Night Owls come and they save him again because they're Mandalorians. So here we find out that the fishing port is being used as a place to stage weapons that are being bought and sold from the plunders of Mandalore, and that Bo and the Night Owls are taking those weapons and using them against the Fallen Empire to take Mandalore back. And then we also get some information, and Din says that Mandalore is cursed, and I wonder what that means. I wonder why it's cursed. I wonder what the Empire did to Mandalore. Really makes you think. Bo agrees to give Din information about a Jedi if Din agrees to help them with the mission. The mission being getting some of the weapons from a cargo ship. Din leaves a child with Frog Lady and Frog Dad, and it's really cute. And then we have the Mandos going and taking over the freight crate. And we get the iconic sound of... so good. I don't know. That sound is just burned into my brain forever. I feel like I should make that my ringtone, honestly. Also, I just want to say that this mission feels very Rebels to me. Like, this mission and this whole episode felt the most Star Wars-y to me. When Bo-Katan is speaking to the captain of the ship, we hear her say that she's going to take the ship and not just the weapons, and Din is like, what do you mean? Bo says, if you don't help me take the ship, I'm not telling you anything about the Jedi, and Din is like, whoa, 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 not what we agreed upon.
This is the way.
I love this for Bo specifically because the thing about Bo is it's never really clear what her intentions are ever. But I love seeing Bo have her own agenda. She's always looking out for herself. And I think that that is something that's really interesting. And I love that they brought that to the live action. I think it really shows that they know this character. So then we go full Nazi and we get Long Live the Empire, and then we get a cyanide pill, or the Star Wars version of a cyanide pill, which is just crazy to watch. A cool parallel that I noticed with this is before the captain dies, he says, you might let me live, but he won't, referring to Moff Gideon. And it is such a callback to the Grand Inquisitor of Rebels when he says, there are worse things than death. It is the fear of Darth Vader or Moff Gideon or whoever it is killing you when you just K-word yourself. Bo tells Din to go find Ahsoka Tano on the forest planet of Corvus, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind. This whole episode blew my mind. Like, the whole time it was just like... So we end the episode with Din and Baby Yoda getting back into their ship, and it is completely falling apart. It is being held together by strings and roped together, and there's pieces flying off of it, and it is just so funny. And then they fly off to go find Ahsoka, and that is where we end the episode. So let's talk about Ahsoka really quick. Literally all I ever talk about is Ahsoka. Obviously, I am hyped. Hearing Ahsoka Tano's name be uttered in universe, in live action, it was just crazy. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way that I do, but it just felt different. Something just feels different. I don't know how to describe it. I'm really excited. I'm really nervous to see how they handle Ahsoka's character, but I'm really hoping they don't pull a Luke Skywalker. Meaning, I hope they don't ruin Ahsoka as a character, but I don't think Dave Filoni would do that, right? He wouldn't do that to his own character. I don't think that they'll do that. I think that we will get a very satisfying Ahsoka, and I don't think that we'll only see Ahsoka once, because we are supposed to get a lightsaber fight at some point. Who is the only other person besides Moff Gideon that we know has a lightsaber in universe right now? Besides Luke Skywalker. Ahsoka Tano. Speaking of Luke Skywalker, wouldn't that be so cool if Luke was endgame for Baby Yoda? Because obviously Ahsoka showing up so early on in the show, I don't think Ahsoka's going to be endgame. I think that maybe Luke Skywalker might be endgame, because Luke Skywalker is the only Jedi at this point. I don't know if Ahsoka considers herself a Jedi yet, or if she's still kind of like, I am no Jedi. Okay, let's move on because I can talk about it literally all day. So I wanted to talk about Bo-Katan again. Bo adds enough information, but there's still mystery, and it still folds into the story without it being about the actual Star Wars and Jedi and lightsabers and Palpatine. You know what I mean? The Skywalkers. Like, we're still far enough away from the Skywalker saga, and Mandalore is interesting enough. We're able to get this really intricate story while there's so many other things happening and contributing, and it's just... You know what I mean? Like, this is the stuff that we love to nerd out about. Like, this is the stuff where I will have 3-hour conversations with my friends about it. I wrote an outline and I'm still going on tangents, so I apologize. I'm just really excited. And I know I mentioned this already, but this episode felt the most Star Wars-y to me. Like, just the way the mission was set up, going and attacking the Empire, getting all the weapons, and then end up taking the whole ship. The sounds, the visuals, getting to see that, it felt so much like Star Wars. Final thoughts are, I know that is not the last that we've seen of Bo. I think Bo and her storyline is going to be so essential to what is happening with Mando and with Moff Gideon, and I'm going to be really interested to see and who is going to end up wielding the dark saber Is it going to be Mando? Is it going to be Bo-Katan? Is it going to be Moff Gideon? Is it going to be Boba Fett? Who is going to have the Darksaber? And I think that is going to be one of the biggest things coming into season 3. I don't know, what do you guys think? What did you guys think about this episode? Did you scream like I did when you saw Bo come onto screen? What are your theories? Like, what do you think Ahsoka's been doing? What do you think Ahsoka is doing on Corvus? Like, tell me your theories. Tell me what you think is going to happen with the Darksaber, with Ahsoka Tano. Are we going to see Ezra Bridger? Are we just going to go full on Rebels? Okay, the other thing I have to mention really quick is if we see Ahsoka, I really want to see Rex. I really want to see Rex and Ahsoka. I want to see them so badly. Alright, well, I guess that's all I have to say, you guys. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys like Star Wars content, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Very, very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and
This is the way.